When you think of the SEC, oftentimes you think of a dominant football conference who might meet the president after winning the national championship game.
Now, if one man has his way, it could soon have a say on who gets to the Oval Office. KOME Waits, Michael Doudna is in the studio with information on the changing political field.
Usually when the SEC and the White House are in the same sentence, it's when the SEC team is visiting it after winning a championship. But Georgia's Secretary of State wants to change all that with what he is calling an SEC primary day, which would change how the political game would be played.
And Rush fires downfield, loops it for a Hunt, who catches it?
The SEC, known for its football prowess, its fans, and its network. But its political power? That's what will happen if Georgia's Secretary of State Brian Kemp has his way. He hopes conference pride carries over to elections. He wants all states with SEC schools to have their own presidential primary on March 1st.
But I presume he would like for it to be the kind of incentive to get a more conservative Southern Republican candidate into the Republican primary races and then to propel them on to the nomination.
By putting the primary on March 1st, the SEC would create the first big Super Tuesday in the election cycle, all focused on one region.
But it's a rational thing, for states to want to do, to try to be among those decision makers who are going to have an outsized impact on who the nominees are going to be.
The situation is fluid, but it appears Georgia, Alabama, and Mississippi seem to be locks, while states like Tennessee, Arkansas, and South Carolina are on the fence.
The biggies would be if Florida and Texas decided to get in, right? Because that's going to mean that you would have favorite sons from those areas, Marco Rubio or Jeb Bush.
What about Missouri? Well, the Secretary of State office made it seem unlikely a move would be made, and just last year, Missouri lawmakers voted to move its primary date to mid-March. But anything could happen.
We are in the SEC, so who knows?
Now, this wouldn't be the first time a regional primary took place. The Democrats actually did it in 1988 and 1992, which helped a former Arkansas governor, Bill Clinton, get to the White House.